Welcome to a book a day. When I was going to school, I took classes at the seminary here. And one day I brought with me a little tiny book on postmodernism, and the seminarian next to me said, "Why are you reading a book like that?" And I said to him, "Because these are the people I'm going to minister to. I need to know their language, what they think of culture, how they live, how they filter things, their idea of the truth. In order to communicate with them, I have to understand the world in which they and I live together." And the two books that we're looking at today are like that little postmodernism book. They are Hope in Troubled Times and Everyday Theology. And what they have in common is that they open our eyes to see the world around us, from big issues like globalization to little issues such as buying a candy bar in the checkout line at Safeway. In Hope in Troubled Times, the authors look at the big issues like environmental destruction, terrorism, global poverty, issues which have become unresponsive to our solutions to resolve them. And in attempting to resolve them, we often make them worse. Desmond Tutu wrote in the foreword, the author's specific proposals are the stuff of political realism. In God's world, where each of us is God's precious child, and where the risen Jesus is reconciling all things, the last word does not belong to vicious ideologies, but rather to the one who tenderly holds history in his hands. God's justice, forgiveness, truth, mercy, and love, these shall overcome. How can we lose? The authors approach these major issues from their deep commitment to the way of Christ. They state we must know that the enemy is not technology, the market, the state, or the corporation. The enemy is in the stubbornness of the human heart, within our own thoughts, hearts, imaginations, and lifestyles. Genuine hope is deeper than these threats. It flares up just when the night is at its darkness. In the book Everyday Theology, on the other hand, we look at everyday issues like the supermarket checkout line and consumerism, or movies and popular music and the seeds of the gospel, architecture and what it says about values. Discerning believers must first recognize such texts for what they are, then interpret them, and finally allow Christian wisdom to guide their response. Both books are built upon the single principle: we can follow God's word concretely and faithfully only if we have a sense of where we are and what surrounds us.